This is WFO Radio.
Hello, everybody. Welcome again. It is Life's a Drag. It's Elon. It's Jason. We're here. We're ready to have a good time. How you doing,
I'm Elon,
sir?
by the way. This is Elon. That's Jason.
I am Jason, yes.
And
Let's
we're
get that music out
here
of there.
to talk Life's a Drag.
Life's a Drag, exactly. We are recording. We're going to be on. You'll be on at 6:30 tonight. It's earlier in the day. On
We're
Wednesday.
live.
We're
when
live.
we're doing this.
Yeah.
When you're watching it, hopefully we'll still be alive, but it won't be live.
Right. And so we're doing that again. Like, subscribe, hit the bell on YouTube, whatever you're doing. Feel free to respond to our commentary as well, even though
Yes.
we're not live and we're not going to comment on it live. But we'll go back and we'll look at it, and we'll throw that back up there and make things happen. And we'll respond back to you via Twitter and all of those fun things, or X.
Right.
I'm never going to call it X, by the way.
Or
I'm
on the
only
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because we got some comments last week. Can we dive into this real quick?
Yeah, I didn't read them, but I heard about them.
About what exactly the show is, just so you guys know. We want to be live every Wednesday. We got Life's a Drag is literal. Sometimes life is a drag, so we can't be live. But Jason and I are just here. We like to talk to each other. We see each other all the time, but we don't get to spend much time to. But we are in racing, and we know people want to hear about racing. And we've kind of gotten away from that a little bit. Whatever. We'll get back to racing. But for all of you that want racing.
Yeah, this is life.
Our life is not just racing.
Right.
But we understand. We will listen to the show is for you, the listener, and the viewer. So we want to make it entertaining for you. So we will, we want to get not just hundreds and hundreds of listeners, but thousands and thousands. And we know we got some racing info. We're going to have a very racing intensive show today. Yeah,
and again, listen, we're new. Elon and I are just presenting ourselves to you. Okay,
yes.
We're giving you a little bit of background on us and the things that we've done to kind of give you a little bit of background and why we're experts in what we're talking about. Yeah. Not that we're really experts, but
not that really. But if you want us to talk about something, hit us up now.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot easier when we're live. But even in your comments, Drag Race Champion or Kev for Love or whoever's putting the comments out there, we'll be reactive. We do want to be customer service centric. So
sure. And and our parent company WFO Radio had a whole conversation with us too. Joe is a producer at heart, and he yelled at us basically. Well, not really.
Yeah, I mean, it was constructive criticism, and if you can't take constructive criticism in this business, I mean, he's been doing it like he basically got in on the ground floor of podcasts.
Sure.
So he knows he's an expert on podcasts. So any insight he's going to give us, we will take and incorporate into our show. So let's, we kind of the introduction, blah, 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 but let's get people what they want, which is, can we review the biggest racing event that happened this past weekend?
Let's do it. Of course.
NHRA is back.
It is.
Kind of. I mean,
and you're going to talk about this. I spoke with Joe last night. I go, I didn't watch any of it except the clips that were passed to me.
I tried to watch it.
Yeah.
And every time I tuned in via YouTube, which I like that aspect, I like the speed sport, go to YouTube. But every time I tuned in, when I thought that they were going to be running cars, they were not running cars. Right. It was just stuff.
Yeah.
And, I love the fact that Scott Palmer won. I love the fact that Mike McIntyre beat Del Worsham in the final.
Sure.
I mean, I think Krista Baldwin's in the final. I mean, I think getting those racers that kind of experience and going rounds and winning trophies is cool.
Yes.
They got a long way to go.
Well, and listen, I'm all for more drag racing. Drag racing is drag racing. The more you get it in front of the eyes of people, wherever it is great. It's like the football during the summer. I don't watch that either. But you know what? It's on there. It's out there.
It's out there. And I'll tune in for a second. And if it captures my attention, I'll stick with it until it loses my interest.
1,000%. And especially during the summer. I mean, like, I'm a huge soccer fan. There's way too much soccer on this summer. It's been everywhere. And I know we're trying to talk drag racing, but the FIFA World Cup or the Club World Cup, and we're going to talk about this for a second, just because they Americanized the European game like nobody's business. I mean, when you have Michael Buffer doing intros for the thousands in attendance, come on.
Is that is the FIFA Cup the one that our current president won, apparently?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
By the way, one of the more awkward things I've ever seen was them trying to get him off the stage.
Yes.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
There's not a political deal, but anytime you incorporate people that don't know what they're doing into a scene like that, I've seen it across the board. Like it's like a living Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right.
I brought the trophy out. Now what do? I just hand them the trophy and I just walk off. You see it at the Super Bowl. You see it at major. I've seen it at All-Star games.
Right.
But just the hanging around when you have no reason to be up there for anyone is just comical. Just comical. Those guys have all out there having just sweated their asses off and made this deal. And then there's just some random guy up there just.
Right. And especially, again, not being political, but around the country and around the world, like people in America, like our president, people in other countries are very skeptical about our president.
Right.
They don't know what he's doing. And then for him to show up there, it was like, what?
And my kids have been that. Like when my kids we used to come to races when they were little bitty. In 2008, Tony Schumacher won the Houston race. Ashley Force Hood won in funny car. And my young Nick just engaged the O'Reilly Auto Parts guy in conversation in the winner's circle kind of area. And the guy's like, I don't have a VIP here. Come on up here and be on stage.
Right.
So like 7-year-old Nick is holding Tony Schumacher's Wally. That was like his first win with Mike Green as his crew chief. Like he left Alan Johnson, and like Nick is holding the trophy like he just kicked everybody's ass.
Right.
And is in the winner's circle. Abby's in the Ashley Forces winners. I mean, it was just like and people were like, what are these kids doing up here? Well, they just were just up there.
They were just there. It's like Kevin Hart tried to get on stage at Super Bowl, all that kind of fun stuff.
NHRA, I mean, in the immortal words of Omar from The Wire, if you're going to take a shot at the king, you best not miss.
Of course.
And
it was like I saw clips of pre-race.
Let's get into that. That's the inner workings.
And again, by no means am I trying to bash NHRA because this is their first run out the gate, and it takes baby steps. We do it for 20 weekends out of the year.
Right.
And we've been doing it for 76 years or 74 years,
74 years.
Yeah. And I will put our pre-race up against NASCAR. I will put it up against IndyCar. I will put it up against F1. Our pre-race is a well-oiled machine. And Joe Costello does a great job. Jason Galvin gets in there. Hannah gets in there. I'm playing music.
Yeah. And then you got behind-the-scenes people, John Badia, Evan Jonett, Jordan Vance.
Yeah.
All these guys, Kevin, back in all these guys are behind the scenes. Melissa Coleman back there organizing and just keeping like our pre-race ceremony, just in case you don't know, when you watch it, it's like a 9-page document, minute by minute, of everyone that's coming out, what order they're coming out, and the chaos back there, and it has to be conveyed to the PA. So when the PA person starts talking, you're not repeating yourself 50 times telling me you're about to do the national anthem.
Correct. Yeah, and
which is fun.
It starts the night before, and a lot of it's we as soon as we find out who the when the field is set, the top 16
marquee matchups.
We got our marquee matchups. Jason and Joe talk about those, and there's vibrant discussion about it. People are like, oh, I think these guys should do this, and we get it, and we've been doing it. It always makes me laugh too, because the first race of the season, like, it used to be in February in Pomona, but we just did the last race in Pomona,
right?
In November, and I'm like, it's always like our hair's on fire sometimes, and I'm like, what? We just did this like 2 months ago. It hasn't changed. What are we doing? And just getting drivers there, and people like yourself making sure your drivers are there.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Is I go every Sunday morning when I get to the track. I go to every one of my clients' pit areas, and I physically lay eyes on my drivers.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm just making sure you showed up for school today.
That's it.
I mean, I'm just making you feel good. You got any problems? Anything I can do for you? You got a headache? You got a cold? But I never ever just assume these guys are just going to show up, and we send them texts. This is when at driver intros are going to be at 10:30. You need to be there at 10:25. I send them a text Saturday night. They get a text Sunday morning, and then I go and see them.
Yeah,
because racers are like little bitty kids sometimes.
Oh, well, 100%. And there are some racers that you have to physically grab them by the hand and bring them to the pre-race. And even autograph sessions around all day long. I mean, they've got a million things to do, not just worry about their cars.
I will say, speaking of opening ceremonies, when I worked at John Force Racing, we were funny car people. That's what we knew. Brittany's rookie year, Top Fuel Racing, Pomona, we're starting at the Winter Nationals. We're in the pit area, and funny car, just so everyone knows, it goes Pro Stock Motorcycle, Pro Stock Car, Top Fuel, and then funny car, because Top Fuel guys have to have time to get into their cars and get ready for all that stuff. So we've always been used to going last as funny car people. Well, we're in the pit area all of a sudden on Sunday morning, the Winter Nationals, and realize, oh, we need to get Brittany up there for driver intros because it's like 10 minutes earlier.
Right.
And we put her on a golf cart and we start driving up. And as we're driving up, all the Top Fuel competitors are coming back up the staging lanes. And they're like, nice work, rookie. Yeah, way to go. Brittany missed her first driver intros as a Top Fuel driver. And Graham Light at the time had to come and have a meeting because if you miss driver intros, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we just had to basically say, we're just dumb. We're so used to being funny car people. We will do better.
Yeah. And I used to be backstage. I would do, the top 16 qualifiers. But Galvin does those now because I'm off on my stage doing my thing. But it would just be my favorite. Listen, I really don't care about who qualifies where or whatever. I just want our pre-race ceremony to be perfect. And there's myself and Evan Jonat that we kind of keep time. We're like, all right, hey Joe, you're like 2 minutes behind. You got to get through this interview quicker, just because I've got time to my job's easier now than doing that stuff. And Evan's running around trying to find people. I'll never forget we're going into Seattle this weekend, and obviously we're going to talk about that. But I'll never forget, we started pre-race and we didn't have pro stock. We had all the pro stock guys were coming back from the scales, and we're ready to go with pro stock car. Yeah. And we were like, everybody was freaked out. We're like, we have no drivers back here. And Alan and myself were like, we got to kill time. And we were like, all right, let's just stop what we're doing. Everybody was freaking out. We were like, we got to go. And Glenn Cromwell was like, everyone stop. Yeah. Take a breath. We'll throw it to the big screen. We'll watch a video until we get pro stock drivers back here. And it took all of about 3 minutes, and we gathered ourselves and we got it back going. But it's a live performance, and if you have, and once again, another great thing about having NHRA.TV is you get to see all of pre-race. Right. And all the drivers bring out gear and everything, and we get everybody back to their seats before we launch Top Fuel. But people, they do the Sealmaster track walk, and then they're like, we're going back to our seats. Like, guys, just come hang out. It's a fun, nowhere, you don't get to do that at NASCAR. Yeah. So one of the funniest bits that didn't happen for driver intros involved Buddy Hull. And this was right after Maverick Hull was born last year.
he was like, it was Maverick's first race as a newborn baby. Like
Right.
he was brand new. Buddy wanted to do the Lion King, bring him out to the deal and like raise him up like Mufasa. But he wanted me to go and get a doll, and he was going to act like he dropped his own baby into the crowd. And on Saturday night, that sounded like a really good idea. Like, yes, I went around trying to find a baby at Walmart and Target. And then as I'm doing it, I'm realizing, man, this could maybe not be perceived as a really good deal.
Right.
I mean, our fans are older. That someone could have a heart attack. Someone could think, they don't know. So I had to go and be like, hey, man, I mean, usually I'm a guy that loves the bit.
Right.
However, let me put my PR guy hat on and talk about the positives and negatives of this.
Yeah, that one might have gone a little too far.
Way too many negatives. But
yeah,
like,
we've had wedding proposals. We've actually had weddings at pre-race.
Yeah. I mean, but so the NHRA deal, it's good work in progress. Obviously, it was hot as balls, so no one was there, or minimal crowd was there. If they were there, they were just going up there. They had some on-track issues. Thoughts and prayers to that one guy whose car caught on fire. That is just horrible. You had guys go off at the end of the track. But hopefully they just get better. That's going to be the proofs in the pudding. Is what is race number 2 going to look like?
Right. Yeah, and they're only going to get better. I mean, they have to. It's just, again, and as much as people dog on the NHRA, everybody's got their opinion about it. We put on a good show.
Yeah.
And we keep everyone safe. Safety is the biggest thing. And, people getting deducted points and whatever. Tech department, you may do whatever, but it's all about keeping people safe.
Right. For sure.
And we, and the marketing and the live event side of the world, we're trying to put on a show, and Tech and the race guys are, they're trying to put cars down the track, and sometimes it marries perfectly well, sometimes it doesn't, but we're behind the scenes. You would be like, holy crap, how do you guys even put on a show?
Yeah.
But what you see on .tv and what you see on the Fox show, that's our best foot forward.
Yeah. And we're really sorry, sportsman racers and alcohol racers, that when you get up there and we get behind, and then we're like, you guys go back to your pits because we're going to run the nitro cars. So we're going to run Pro Stock and Pro Stock Motorcycle.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had a good smattering of, I will say one of the funny deals is Dave Wesolowski did a post. Did you see this post about where he had, it was like Krista Baldwin and Will Smith and Scott Palmer, and he called them Nitro Rejects?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. But obviously tongue-in-cheek. Scott Palmer, the people's champion, and Krista Baldwin, they all have great sense of humor. Will Smith, great sense of humor, had just talked about, hey, they're going to go over to the NHRA and, whatever. And I don't know if one of them had said that, but so Dave does this graphic, and our good friend and neighbor, Kevin McKenna, immediately gets drawn so far off sides. He's in the backfield, high-fiving the running back in an I formation of just like disgraceful and disrespectful was like the first comment. And Dave's like, dude, this is a joke. They're not, let's have some fun here. But I love the fact that Kevin McKenna is immediately sticking up for these drivers. Right. Because he is so passionate. But I'm also kind of read the room a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I hope they do well. I no ill will towards anybody that wants to go out there and run their car. I mean, listen, again, more drag racing is better for everybody.
Correct. And getting track time for Krista Baldwin and Scott Palmer and Will Smith is only going to make them better when they come to NHRA events. What's the number one thing every driver tells you that's coming up? I need seat time.
Right.
I need sponsor exposure. Okay. Your car's out there. You're getting social media clips. Let's, you're standing in winner's circle with that trophy actually looks kind of cool. Yeah. Looks like a little bit of an MTV Moonman ripoff, but whatever. I'm not going to,
Yeah. But it's one thing for when Pro Stock and the elite guys go test, in Dallas, Texas, for an entire weekend, and they can put 15, 20 runs on that Pro Stock car. You can't do that in a top fuel car. You can't. There's no way. So the fact that they get the seat time, they get the practice time, and they have a chance to win something, good for them. Yeah. Go get
it. And that Darrell guy, hats off to him. He's already in for tens of millions of dollars. I hope he keeps throwing money into that deal to just keep making it better. So, good for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was good. Yeah. Again, I've been working. I've worked every day since July 4th. I mean, what's today? The 16th. Are you kidding me? I'm tired, man. I can't be working like this. Tomorrow I have a day off, and that's flying to Seattle.
Right. Yeah.
By the way, what time? I'm connecting through Dallas. What time's your flight?
I'm a 7 a.m. flight. 7 a.m. wheels up. I'm in Seattle by 10 o'clock in the morning.
We're on the same flight. I guarantee it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, because my flight's at like 5:22 in the morning.
Yeah. So I bet you're on the 7 a.m. So we'll get on there, and you'll probably be up in first class. I'll be in steerage.
I'm in steerage. Actually, I just moved my seat. I moved my seat from Orlando to Dallas. There's no seats on that Dallas. There's the seats in Dallas there's like 4 seats in the back of the plane.
No, don't go back a plane. Don't.
No.
Well, that'll be good. I bet we'll have trying to think of who else could be on that flight with us. Buddy Hull may be on that flight with us. Probably see some elite people.
Yeah.
It's always good. I bet Cody, the elite chef, is on our flight.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Might get a Courtney Enders sighting, although she could be in Canada. How about congrats to Courtney Enders?
Congrats. Yeah, I was going to say, we were just talking.
Big congrats. Spencer Hyde popped the question to Courtney Enders.
And by the way, guess what? We're behind the scenes. Elon and I knew way before the rest of the world.
Way before. Like, so much so that we had to like throttle ourselves on the show last week.
Right. Because we knew that. We knew then.
Because Jason is really in the know. Jason hears all that stuff. And Jason let me know right before the show started. So then I had to like mentally don't say anything about this.
Right. Erica almost blew the news. She was so excited. She had to do it. And I texted Spencer. I was like, hey man, did you talk to Greg about this? Greg being Greg Enders, Courtney's father. I was like, I wonder if he, because they both have been married before. I DJ Courtney's first wedding reception that was in where was it? Grand Cayman. We went there for their wedding. And I was like, hey man, Courtney's like, hey, maybe you'll have to come DJ my second wedding. I go, prices went up from last time. I don't know what we're talking about. Budgets are going to be crazy. But I said, Spencer, did you do the right thing and ask permission or tell Greg? He goes, yeah, everything went good, because Greg can be a little sticky.
Yeah. So that's what I didn't want to take any chances. I did not ask Jennifer's dad for permission.
I didn't ask my wife's permission.
And I just get grief. I get grief from that all the time. It came up one time at a church function, and there was like, well, yeah, I didn't ask Mike anything about that. And everyone was just like, you're a terrible person. What? And I was like, we've been dating for like 2 years. There was no question. I mean,
right.
There was no dowry to be had. I wasn't getting a bunch of goats and farmland, so what's the big deal here?
Right. Yeah. And that was, so I was diving into that whole thing, and I'm like, are we having a big wedding? And he's like, I don't know. We haven't gone down that road yet.
I'm going to try to weasel my way into that. It's going to be a big wedding deal, because I bet they get married by the end of the year, don't you think?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, here's what's going to happen though. I've got to renew my passport if that happens, and we got to go to Canada for this.
I got my passport all ready to go. But so Justin Ashley's getting married this fall.
Good for him.
Fingers crossed that going to get invited to that wedding. Then you could get a Spencer Hyde Courtney wedding. I went to Ashley and Danny's wedding, the Forces.
Oh, nice.
Big mistake is I got invited to Courtney and Graham's and didn't go. Should have gone to that. Should have gone to Mike. Remember the Traxxas guy, Mike Jenkins?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had his wedding at the Biltmore.
Oh, nice.
And I should have gone to that one.
Yeah.
So drag racing weddings. I went to Buddy Hull's wedding to Maddie. So drag racing weddings are actually pretty fun.
Listen, Bo and Randy Lynn.
I missed that one.
That was a good one.
Vegas.
That was a good one.
I heard that was spectacular.
And then Chase and Jenna Freeman. I went to that one where had the big hullabaloo at the end of the night. That was fun. Yeah, drag racing weddings are a good time.
Yeah. You get a great mix of people too, because you get when the worlds collide. That's the best.
Yeah, and no one's talking about drag racing. We're talking about people getting married, having fun.
Right. Yeah. So congrats to Eric, to Courtney and Spencer.
Right.
Who big fun there. Can I touch one follow-up base that we didn't get to last week, which was the Motorplex Media Day?
Oh, of course, yeah.
And how crazy it was to have at a press conference, we did a burnout. Buddy Hull has a Nitro Funny car with its logo like the Motorplex.
Right.
That car's going to be, we had a big meeting. That car's going to be all over DFW. But to just have the drivers that we got to come in, Steve Torrance, Spencer Hyde, Tony Schumacher, Greg Anderson flew in from North Carolina. Erica was there. So just seeing Erica and Greg away from they do respect each other, but you can also tell they are like two polecats just constantly evaluating each other. Just looking, they're super nice, but they're always just like.
Well, I heard stories at the Champions Dinner a couple years ago that Greg and Erica basically were like best friends at that Champions Dinner at the Texas Motorplex.
Yeah, I cannot confirm or deny that, but there was a lot of beer and tequila involved.
Yeah, they were like all excited to be there and they were hanging out. I was like, look at those two.
Yeah. And it is so funny. The racers sometimes they'll get that way, and then you'll see them at the banquet and they're just throwing fists at each other. So that's why you have to come to these events. You got to come to the Champions Dinner. Media days are always, if they're open to the public, come check those out. And so much went into that, just again, the behind the scenes planning of just kind of doing all that. So it was,
I would like to invite, I wish we could invite some fans to our end of the year banquet. I think that would be,
yeah.
I mean, so people could actually see, because the end of the year banquet just gets nuts. And by they're ready to throw hands at the banquet because the season's just so long. We're there for a whole year.
Yeah, you're just angry.
Yeah, and listen, where were we last? It's been 2 weeks off. Where were we last?
We were Norwalk was last race.
Norwalk. I hate everybody. I want to kill everybody in Norwalk, and usually that happens at Indy, where I'm just like, I can't be around any of you people.
The best, truly, I want to get this after the break. The Western Swing, when we truly did 3 races in a row. Denver, Seattle, Sonoma, and by Sonoma, there have been some epic screaming matches in that Sonoma press room. You're just over it because you're just ready to just get away from whatever's happening, and we can talk about that. And also, I want to pick your brain on what race should we add to make this a true Western Swing.
Yeah, I'm with you. You want to go to break now? Let's go to break.
Go to break now.
All right, here we go.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
Looking to replace your OEM diesel particulate filter or diesel oxidation catalyst? Look no further than DPF XFit, a complete line of aftermarket diesel particulate filters and diesel oxidation catalysts designed as an exact fit OEM replacement with all makes coverage for light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks. With thousands of units in stock, we ship the same or next day, and be sure to check out our comprehensive reverse OEM lookup tool. Always new, never remanufactured. For more information, be sure to visit dpfxfit.com. That's dpfxfit.com.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
The number one source of friction in your engine is not what you think. Piston rings rubbing against the cylinder walls generate more friction than any other part of the engine. More friction and temperature means more wear and less horsepower. Fortunately, the team at Total Seal knows how to reduce friction and wear through innovative piston ring design. If it takes a piston, Total Seal could build a better ring.
And we're back, Hartford.
Yes.
If you missed Joe's show, he had Matt Hartford on yesterday, and Mr. Wineski, and Matt was good yesterday on that show. He's always good.
Matt was good. Dylan's also getting better. He's a rookie, so he did Joe's show. He did Comp Plus Power Hour. He'll do some more things at the Seattle race, which is our next race.
Yeah, and I there are people that hate this race. I actually like going up there.
I did going to Seattle.
I mean, really do too.
It's got so much history. I would love to get back to the 64 funny car deal where Linda Lovelace is there and it's just madness and it's just mayhem and people are running across the track, but we have rules now,
right.
But there were topless people at the races and it was just a big crazy scene and Bill Donor was the promoter and he's iconic,
That's one thing we're missing, and more topless people at the track. I haven't seen topless people in a while.
Not in a while, and it's hot.
Yeah.
Let's see those back tattoos.
Right. It's supposed to be relatively not hot this weekend.
Ooh, I'm going to be here for that. So historically, Western Swing, Denver, Seattle, Sonoma, or Denver, Sonoma, Seattle, but no more Denver. When hopefully Denver's going to come back. But if we can't we got to get 3 races in a row.
Yeah.
I think that helps the teams. I think it helps the drama. But there's just not another Western track.
I'd be open to going back to Phoenix. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
That place sells out. Let's go back there.
Phoenix. I think you could go Vegas. Put the 4 wide into but it gets so hot in this time of the year in Vegas.
Yeah, it's too hot right now. My cousin, my nephew and niece were out there, and they were like, "It's 115 degrees." I'm like, "Forget that." Yeah. You went to Vegas at the wrong time of the year, my man.
Yeah, and we kind of have an East Coast swing. They should tighten that up too. Go Bristol, Charlotte, Virginia, all in a row.
Yep, I agree with that. Yeah, it's tough going. It's tough going all the way out to Seattle. Listen, I live in Florida, and it's a 7-hour plane ride. And throwing an hour connecting flight, in Dallas or wherever, forget it. It's just too far for me.
And it's tough too. Like the teams, there's only 9 motorcycles going to Seattle, which is a bummer. But it's expensive to go out there. And, I think there should be some concessions made for those guys. So they're not super expensive, but their first round money is like $2,000 or less.
Yeah.
So to go out there for 2 races and maybe get $4,000, Pro Stock gets like 5. So you could go out there for 2 races, $10,000. That covers a lot of expenses.
Yep.
That's the deal. They got to somehow financially incentivize these guys to go to these races, I think.
Yeah, I agree. But everybody seems to go to Sonoma. I don't if you're going to Sonoma,
well, the motorcycle guys go to Sonoma because that's their specialty race,
right? And
Sonoma's wine country, and it's sexy and all that stuff. Seattle gets a bad rap on that.
I know. I like Seattle.
I do too.
It's just the track's different. There's trees everywhere. There's oxygen. It's just like it is a smaller facility, but we park on that road course around back behind the tower. The tower's tiny. That kind of stinks for us.
Yeah, but it's no different than like Epping,
right? It's a bigger track. It's one of those things. The cool thing about because we got a partnership with Muckleshoot Casino.
Right.
Are you staying at Muckleshoot?
I'm staying at the Muckleshoot.
All right, me too. Good. They have we got a fan fest on Thursday night.
Yeah.
That
I'll be there. I got a bunch of guys that are going to be there. And I love me some Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, Dave & Buster's.
All setup they have, solid. That's a great event. I think the last count I heard, there's going to be like 14 drivers there, 14 drivers and riders.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good crowd. And that's, the fan fests are just such a cool way to meet drivers
Yeah, and that's
Still
a great
hang
part
out.
too. Yeah, you could go. Everybody's invited to that. And just not even just the drivers. You can meet your favorite podcast host as well.
Right, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
So,
Joe will be there.
They're doing something before that. Is the $15,000 like casino thing? Is that before that?
I'm not sure.
They're doing
about
some
that.
casino deal, which really sounded kind of cool, like a
slot tournament.
A slot tournament.
Yeah,
but I think it's
sure.
like Wednesday or something.
Yeah, and it like I heard Joe talking about it. He goes, "It's 1 to 4 on." Is that Wednesday, Joe, or is that? Is that Joe's, by the way, listening to us?
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah, in text. It's 1 to 4. You got to be committed. It's Thursday, 1 to 4 at Muckleshoot. So that's a slot tournament.
Well, I may make a swim through that because I'll be in town.
That sounds enticing. I might be in for that as well because I need to get my gamble on. Press event is at 12:30 on Thursday.
Is that at the Muckleshoot too?
Yeah, it's at the Muckleshoot. Everybody's invited to all that. And then on Saturday night at Muckleshoot, they've got NHRA after party.
Yeah.
So it's like concerts, like 4 bands or something are going to be at this place.
Will Alex Laughlin be one of the singers performing?
Listen, he brought that up. I love it. So Hannah sends me this thing. She goes, "Oh, you got to play this new song." And I'm like, "What is this song?" And it's Alex Laughlin singing. He wrote a song about Indianapolis, the Big Go. And
not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that good either. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to throw him out there.
But you need to go. I think Joe has it on his WFO feed on the Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah.
But I will give it up for Alex Laughlin. He puts production value into his bits.
He did.
When he came at J.R. Todd a couple years ago, actually J.R. Todd shot the first shot calling Alex Laughlin a clown.
Right.
And then Alex Laughlin came back with the video that actually had J.R. dressed as a clown from the Toyota commercials.
Right.
Genius.
That was good.
So his commitment to production level, like Jason showed this to me, and we think the song is AI generated.
Yeah, I think it's because I don't think that's Alex singing when you hear the song.
He's got a really good Kenny Chesney ripoff look about him, and he's singing, and he's also dressed as like a secondary character dancing. I mean, it's worth a watch. I mean, we need more of that.
Yeah, and Joe definitely is politicking to put it up on the big screen too.
Oh, we for sure should.
Yeah, it should be up
for
there.
Sure. What we need to now start incorporating into the race, Matt Hagan's fit checks,
of course.
Now things like this.
Yeah, because listen. Say what you want about our drivers. There are some people that are very conservative and that aren't going to get nuts. But when they show their lighter side, like Alex does in this video, then you gotta embrace it. So concert on Saturday at the Muckleshoot, which I'm super excited about that because a lot of times on Saturday I want to do something, but I don't want to go anywhere. Well, and that's going to be the cool part about Muckleshoot. We don't have to go anywhere. There's restaurants there. There's we don't.
I've never been there. I've never stayed there before. This is my maiden voyage.
I've gone back in the day. When I used to treat these weekends like spring break, and if there was a casino within the 50 miles of wherever I was at it, I went to Muckleshoot to the point where I still get like emails for the one time I was there. But they apparently they just built like a whole new hotel part. The rooms are all brand new, so that'll be good.
Yeah, so I'm a fan of. I mean, Vegas obviously top of the pyramid for gambling.
Sure,
I've been to Reno and was not impressed by Reno. We go to the banquet at the Pechanga in Temecula, California.
Right.
Casino there, not bad.
Not bad.
Stayed at the Hard Rock Cafe and Casino in Bristol this year.
How was
their casino? Not that good. I really felt like there were more than the appropriate number of aces in the decks, and they were all going to the dealer.
Gotcha.
Just so the hotel, beautiful, spectacular. Right. Just the vibe of the casino didn't feel like you were really, not that you're ever on level footing in a casino, you're there to lose.
Right, but you got to win.
You're
every
never in a
once while.
position of strength. But that
Right.
one just felt a little. So I'm super excited to get to the Muckleshoot, and I think it's cool that that program is growing.
Yeah,
like they're buying into drag racing, so that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be good. We have one round on Friday night.
Real quick, one more
Go
thing.
ahead.
So you stayed at the Muckleshoot?
I've never stayed there.
Okay.
There.
So do you know what their beer policy is? Can I bring a 12-pack of like Budweiser into the casino?
That's a big negative. I don't think you're allowed to bring
don't do that.
Don't bring alcohol in. They would
okay, good tip.
It's
a pro tip. Okay. All right.
That's a good one. I thought about that yesterday. I go,
coming up on the 1-year anniversary.
Don't bring alcohol into the building.
All right. Okay.
Well,
we love you, Muckleshoot.
Yeah.
And everything you've given us and taken away from us.
And there we go. So moving forward, we got one round. We have 2 rounds of Pro Stock on Friday night, but we have 1 round of Nitro. And then we have 2 rounds of Pro Stock on Saturday and 3 rounds of Nitro on Saturday.
And Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty.
2 tasties. We got a lot.
There's a lot. So I didn't realize we were doing 2 and 2 for Pro Stock and Pro Stock Motorcycle, which I actually kind of like now.
I like that too.
You know,
and here's my take on everything too. Listen, and again, like Elon said earlier, sorry, sportsman guys, when we have to pull you guys out so we can throw top fuel down the track. But those guys, and we love all of our sportsman guys.
Sure,
but the vast majority of people don't understand what Super Comp is, or Comp Eliminator, and why do they hit the gas and then stop and then they go. So it's hard to understand. But when you've got cars that do 340 miles an hour on the track, people get that right out the gate. So
and this is a big race for Chase Van Zandt coming back.
Yep.
Hopefully could he go back to back? He ended the Gage Herrera reign of terror last year at this race.
Right.
Steve Torrance broke out of a big slump at this race last year.
But Steve's not going this week.
I know.
He's not gonna be there. That's gonna be kind of crazy.
I mean, that's a shocker, but I get. I mean, he's just got a family. I mean, his mindset has really changed. I think he's super competitive, but he's also trying to be family guy.
Yeah, and it's hard. He's got 2 kids now, and it's like, hey, we got, and they've got a business to run.
Right.
The world still need natural gas and things like that. So, it's like me going to get a real job and not doing this live all the time.
Yeah.
Not that my job's a real job.
So you're not getting Steve Torrance. I mean, it's a little bit of a short field and top fuel. He's still got a ton of funny cars.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be 18 funny cars again, which is going to be, and there's some team like Dylan Wanewski's coming back after Vegas. He's making the trek up from Arizona. Buddy Hull, you got Hunter Green back in action. I mean, there's going to be, plus all, the guys that are at the top of the points. It's going to be an interesting funny car race, I think.
Oh, I agree. One of my favorite memories, though, of all time at any NHRA event was when John Force won his 150th out there in Seattle. I was like watching him try and climb that fence, and when he got up in the stands, I was like, it was magic. It was like, this guy is Elvis. He's that guy.
Going over the fence, and then like he fell over the fence. Like we thought he died. Like he fell over the fence and he's like sprawled on the ground. And then he gets up and goes up in the grandstands with the people. It's just, and I think that was Austin Prock's first top fuel win.
It was. And he got up on the wing.
So he got up on the wing, which was cool. So there's just so much going on there. Like Seattle's where Courtney won her first race. Courtney Force.
Right.
And that was big because Courtney and Erica, I think, both won in 2012. So that was like the first time we ever had 2 women in the winner's circle together, which was big for our sport and would be huge for any other sport.
Sure.
And then like the next year, Courtney hit the wall and went to the hospital.
Yep.
Which was, just a lot going on in Seattle.
Yeah, it's far, but it's such a good race.
It's far, but it's so good. And it's, I remember one year Force was racing Gary Densham in the final. and Densham bought a lot of parts from Force.
Right.
And I was like, hey, man, we need to win this race. We should just go repo all our parts from Densham. But Force is like, no, Densham's a great guy. I love it, and I don't know. I think Densham actually beat Force. I mean, it was one of Densham's last wins. But I was like, dude, I don't understand. I mean, as a PR guy, I don't understand the selling good parts to your opponents. I know you need people out there racing.
Yeah.
But not good.
Yeah, it's definitely it's going to be a good time this weekend. I'm excited.
But so were you there last year for the Friday night Under the Lights extravaganza?
I was not. That was one of the races where I missed.
I wasn't either. I'm trying to figure out what I was doing. I think I may have had a graduation or something, but I came in Saturday morning. So I'm super excited about I like the Friday night show because they're going to have bonus money, and I just think those conditions are just going to be monster for the teams.
Yeah, I mean, again, don't they have don't they get a Rolex watch too for being number one qualifier or something like that?
They get some cool.
Yeah,
they get some like cash and a watch and stuff. So
yeah, they get more people with specialty things for doing special things. I missed last year because I had an event or something that paid me way more money than go out.
You're all about the money. You're all about the Benjamins.
Listen, man, I got a house to take care of. Wife, mama needs some new shoes, things like that around here.
So this is we got Seattle and then Sonoma, and I think that's two cool races, but the vibes are totally different. So, like the Seattle vibe, I think with all those trees and the campers and stuff is just kind of super chill. I'm looking forward to the Saturday 3 rounds kind of deal.
Yeah. So one round on Friday night, the first round Nitro is not going to be till 9:15.
Right. I don't know. I think most teams aren't going to, there's going to be a handful there for the Fan Fest, but a lot of teams are, coming in on Friday, which that always makes me so nervous.
1,000%.
Coletta's always flying in on race, like a first day qualifying.
Yeah.
You got your own jets, which, by the way, also, I don't know if anyone saw this, but Coletta did their annual Coletta Motorsports Coletta Air Empire photo. Have you seen this picture?
That. Yeah.
With the Luke Pfaff organizes. Hopefully he's still recovering from the drink fest that happened after making this happen. But there's a photo of a Coletta Air 747. And then all the race cars with the rigs and the cars out, Mac Tools, DHL, Coletta Air, Top Fuel Dragsters, funny car. And then every Coletta Air and every Coletta Motorsports employee, it looks like.
Basically half the town of Ypsilanti.
In one picture. It's a very cool picture.
Yeah.
But it's not anything that I would want to organize. We should get. I can't wait to get the behind the scenes from Luke because I was there when we first started doing it, and it is now grown into this massive production.
Yeah.
But it's a cool photo.
Yeah, listen, if you got all those toys, you might as well show them off.
Got all those toys, you might as well show them off. So, but yeah, the Seattle vibe should be good. Who do you think? We got 4 races left before the end of the season,
right?
And you got regular seat like $400,000 on the line. The Top Fuel guys get $150,000. Funny Car gets 150, and then the other 100 is, I think you're going to be spreading it out either Jack Beckman or Austin's going to get in a Funny Car, but Top Fuel could get kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah, listen, the Coletta guys are doing well. Sean and Doug. Did you get Tony out there doing his thing?
And you kind of got Antron and Justin just kind of lurking.
Yeah. Listen, here's my thing. Imagine if Tony Stewart wins the championship this year.
Oh,
how good is that going to look for our new TV deal that we got lurking right around the corner? Listen, you talk conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
That's
going to be the lottery rigged.
Yeah, that's the the NBA lottery. How the heck did the Orlando Magic get it 2 years in a row? We get Shaq and Anthony.
The conspiracy theory is running rampant through Dallas right now with the whole Luka traded to the Lakers,
right,
to pump up the Lakers' value so they could sell for $10 billion. And in exchange for the proving that, the NBA gave the Mavericks the #1 draft pick to get Cooper Flag.
Right. Yeah, it's the best.
There are people that believe that
right,
are truly like, oh yeah, that makes total sense.
Right, exactly.
And then they shut Cooper Flag down after 2 games in the summer league. He has a so-so outing to start the first game, and then he goes for like 31-20, and they're like, yeah, this guy's good. We're just going to shut him down for the summer.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
He'll be good. He played ball here in high school at Montverde Academy, which produces all kinds of great people. But
Tony Stewart for world champion would be banger.
Because we're trying to renegotiate that, and that's going to be a big. I mean, we talk about total behind the scenes and inside baseball, but that would be absolutely gigantic.
Yeah,
in a security
and so
deal.
I love everything about Fox. I think Fox has done an amazing job, but I would like to see more from the next TV contract.
Yeah,
and I don't know what more is. If it's more shoulder programming or if it's more online stuff, but there's got to be more.
Yeah, and listen, as much as .tv does and NHRA.tv does, there needs to be more. Yeah, I'm with you.
And we have the talent. I mean, it's just a matter of like the production. I think is so good. We have the producers in the background. I would just love to just basically have again, name dropping people you have no idea who they are, but like Lauren Adams and Megan Sewell, just cut them loose to just go out there and start making stuff.
Right. Yeah. I listen, there's so much stuff. And like you said, there's so much talent between Joe and Jason Galvin. I mean, it's like what these guys, not that they're sitting around doing nothing, but they all have jobs, but that's talent right there. You've got Bruno Massel hosting another TV show on another network.
Right.
That he could be doing other stuff here, Yeah,
Courtney Enders could be doing stuff. Hannah could be doing stuff. We could be doing female-centric programming with, whatever. And just I would love to just see like some kind of NHRA .tv streaming deal of just like between rounds, we're just going to have constant roundtables.
Yeah.
Of just like, cool. Like basically like, we do the NHRA Insider podcast with Brian and those guys. Let's just live stream the NHRA stage.
Yeah.
All the time.
Let's get Kevin McKenna talking up there about stuff.
Right. Play NHRA. Get me up there talking Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. Get, fan experience. And it's, how fun would it be to just pull a fan or either a grown-up fan or a kid fan and just put him in front of Tony Stewart and Antron and Jack Beckman and let the kid or fan just ask him questions.
Right.
Gold.
Yeah. And the reason why, and I'm sure other people that have thought about this before us, we all think about this, it's all money and that's what the new TV.
It's all money and it's all those camera guys have to have breaks. They're out on the track for the whole session. So we can't, but let's get more camera guys.
Yeah, we get more cameras. We get,
on a renegotiation, we just need more camera guys.
Yeah. Like you said, more drag racing programming is what we need.
Yeah. Because really, I mean, IndyCar's on Fox now, and they're getting rave reviews for their broadcast and all this stuff. And Prime's done stuff. And I mean, but I see what they're doing, and it's stuff we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's stuff Steve Wright just thought of, or the other production people, or, Rob Hedrick, or, that Brian Loans and Tony Pedregon want to do.
Yeah. Listen, our whole production team back there in the TV compound, they're pros, man. These guys have been around all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And they know what works, and you cut them loose a little bit, give them a little bit of a budget, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. And that's, I think, they're constantly asking, but I mean, that's something you want to throw something in the comments for us. What do you want to see? And realize also we got a 3-hour show. We got a 3-hour show, but we have 6 hours of content.
Yeah.
So something has to has to get cut.
Yeah.
It's not,
and there's stuff that can be cut,
Yeah.
that should be cut.
or don't cut anything. Just get an NHRA.TV subscription.
That's true.
And then you see everything. I mean,
that one always bothers me. It's like, hey, I love drag racing. Well, do you have .tv? It's only $159
Right.
for you to get all the races. Oh no, I'm not going to pay for that. Oh, what?
It's
You
less
love
than
it.
$10 a race. So I went and saw Jurassic Park, New World, Reborn, whatever, at a matinee, and it was almost $11. So you're telling me for basically less than that, I can get a whole NHRA race on .tv and then be able to watch it anytime you want to watch it. You don't have to watch it live. It gets archived.
Right.
Yeah.
People that don't do that, they don't get the concept, I don't think.
Yeah.
Have you seen that new F1 movie yet?
Yes.
How was it? I haven't seen it. I want to go watch it.
I enjoyed it immensely. And again, from the entertainment value, it was just like I thought it was on par with Days of Thunder.
Okay.
In that it introduced a sport, and I think was like a big commercial for F1 to the masses. I mean, it was obviously, but if you're an F1 purist, you're going to hate the movie.
Of course.
They tricked it up, but that's the thing is that impedes us sometimes is we try to stay too true to our core fan. That, this is the structure. We have these things going on. This is how we have to present the sport because we have these core fans. Whereas F1 is like, this thing just needs to be entertaining for the masses. They need to see the cool stuff, the passing and the technology and the car, blah, blah, blah. We have all that stuff. And we go 330 miles per hour, which is hard to translate on a movie screen. I get it. But there's some things that happen in the movie that if you're a purist, they'll drive you nuts. But on an entertainment level, very interesting and very funny. And, you kind of understand the strategy at some level. But yeah, it just, the Brad Pitt character, I really kind of dug his whole vibe. He was really good. It took me a while. His teammate, his mother is a big player, and I couldn't figure out where I recognized her from, like where else I had seen her. And she's the sports psychologist from Ted Lasso.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So she's in it, but then also Javier Bardem is in it. He's gold.
Sure.
The only way it could have been better is if he'd had that cattle pressurizer from No Country for Old Men, and he'd have just asked somebody to flip a coin.
Right.
That should be for sure anytime. So no, it was very, it was over 2 hours long and didn't feel like it.
Okay. Well, then I wanted to go see that or Superman this past weekend, but I didn't do any of them.
Yeah, I heard Superman is garbage.
Really?
Now I heard it from my neighbor Craig, who is an older gentleman who grew up on Superman comics.
Right.
And his version of Superman is the guy's invincible. And, so seeing Superman as a vulnerable character, he said was just dumb. He goes, Superman is not vulnerable. Superman is effing Superman.
Right. Superman's the man.
He's the man. So that aspect of it, Craig did not like. But Jurassic Park they Fast and Furious Jurassic Park now. It's just, bigger dinosaur, same deal. So that's the great Jerry Foss is calling me right now. This isn't live, but that's what Jerry Foss looks like on my phone. So go see Formula One. Wait for Jurassic Park to come out on whatever streaming service it's going to come out on. And then wait for Superman to come out on streaming too. But
all right.
I'll go back and see F1 in the D-Box seats because I bet that would be really cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So, and there needs to be a drag racing movie, but if it's going to be made, we're just going to have to suspend reality on what exactly our racing is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
yeah, it's like, what story do you want to follow? All right, John Force. I mean, we've already have like movies like that in drag racing.
It needs to be, something, super. I don't even. I have a million ideas in my head for what a drag racing movie could be, who could be in it, and doesn't need to be a biopic or doesn't need to be just a made up story, stolen from someone's life. But I mean, you could steal the Antron Brown story. You could steal the Ron Capps story, the John Force story. To me, the Connie Collette, I mean, they did Heart Like a Wheel. Right. God dang, that movie still holds up.
Yeah. No, I like it. I watched the Snake and Mongoose movie the other day. I was like, oh, okay, that was entertaining.
Yeah.
I know those guys. So in the comments, tell us what your drag racing movie.
Yeah. And we're going to be back next Wednesday. We're going to be reviewing Seattle. And there'll be tons to review with the Fan Fest and the concert and the late night stuff. And they'll be previewing Sonoma, which is hands down one of my favorite races to go to, from the facility to the staff. I'll have some cool Talking Funny Cars with Buddy Hull stories to tell you, because we're going to start filming Talking Funny Car with Buddy Hull in Sonoma.
Okay.
So that'll be back for season number 2. So it'll be good stuff.
Good. Awesome.
And we'll be hanging out.
That's it.
Okay. I hope that was enough racing.
Yeah.
If that was too much racing, let us know, because we really didn't talk about too much else. So,
right.
We're here for you, fans.
Yeah, because I didn't want to do a deep dive on my new TV show that I just started like binge watching, which is The Bear. Have you watched that?
Oh, see, good. So you just started The Bear?
Yeah, I'm on.
I've only finished season 1. My wife has finished the whole thing. Everyone thinks it's the greatest thing ever, and I got too much stuff going on. But yeah, so when you get done with season 1.
Oh, I'm already moved on to season 3. I'm at
oh god dang, you're even ahead of me. Okay, damn it, I got to get onto that. All right, maybe I'll do that this weekend.
It's so good. It's so good.
It is so good. I mean,
and it stresses you out. I'm running around. I'm walking around my house right now. Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yeah. Okay, so I will try to. I'll see if I can download a bunch of episodes. Maybe I'll watch them on the plane instead of sleeping.
They're good.
All right.
Oh, I'm sleeping all the way to Seattle tomorrow.
All right. Okay. Well, this has been an enjoyable hour plus 2. Uh-oh. False start.
The music puts everybody out.
Put the top bulb out.
Yeah, we're out. Okay, so we're good. All right, Elon, we'll see you tomorrow on our flight to Seattle. Thank you guys very much. Have a great weekend. We'll see you in Seattle at the Fan Fest and at Muckleshoot and at the track.